which is why he wanted to pursue this creative project with me. Okay, what? Okay. I don't do creative projects with people because they're pretty. No one does that. A guy who wants to fuck
Sometimes I do.
Yeah, she does.
If you were ugly, quite frankly, Krystyna, I would never have asked you to work together.
Welcome to Guys We... Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to another exciting episode of Guys We...
It's the anti-slut shaming podcast. Welcome.
Whose phone's ringing? Let's answer.
Mine doesn't make that sound.
That's yours.
That was my computer. It's an old FaceTime that's coming in.
From who?
An old FaceTime.
Like from a dead person?
No, from
Pick it up, Eric.
from
freaking pick it up.
friend Aaron who called me.
Aaron or Aaron?
Aaron. He called me 3 hours ago.
He switching sides?
No,
Wait, spell the name?
That wasn't direct.
Aaron. Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
Because I said Aaron or Aaron, and then you said Aaron, but you meant Aaron. It just, I don't know. It's the accent didn't sound right.
I've never said them differently.
They're different names. Aaron or Aaron.
I've never
Aaron,
said them differently.
I
That's
think
but that's a you problem.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know I was supposed to.
They're completely
Eric.
different names.
How did you not know that?
There also are some names that in the English language that they're just too similar, and you're like, just pick a third thing.
When I was reading Harry Potter for the first time, I couldn't pronounce Hermione, so I'm like, I'm just saying Harmony. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't fucking know what this fucking name is.
Yeah, I mean, Hermione's made up.
Oh, it is? Good.
Right. It's not, I've never met anyone named Hermione. I thought that's like a wizard name.
I don't know. She got it from somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a lot of ideas from somewhere. I mean,
Ain't touching that with a 10-foot ball. Woo!
guys, if you want to email us, it's sorryaboutlasttnightshow@gmail.com. I'm at Philanthropy Gal or Corinne Fisher for mayor, depending on what poison you want to pick.
Yeah, I'm at Krystyna Hutch.
I'm at Eric FRETTY, and Hermione is a name with a Greek origin, so it is a real
Really?
name. Yeah.
Wow, it's a real name. Okay,
Well,
Greek
fuck.
origin. Oh, is it a goddess?
It's from Hermes.
Oh, like Hermes, like that fancy-ass brand.
Oh, okay. It's the female version. Okay. Got it. Got it.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Thank you,
Today's
Eric.
subject line. Am I an overly forgiving person who overshares? Oh, you came to the right place. Hi, Corinne and Krystyna. I'm writing in seeking advice on a recent friend drama situation involving my former acting classmate, of course. For context, I have a full-time corporate job, but was part of a year-long evening acting program a few years ago.
And it haunts me ever since.
in which I made some very close friends. Oh, it's like the show Barry. Many of us have continued to stay in touch despite romantic tangles and friendship tension between some members of the group. I myself have always got along with everyone fairly well and never been a part of a romantic entanglement.
Sounds boring.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds like you're very healthy. Snooze.
Loser. One of my male classmates, let's call him Connor, and I hang out on our own occasionally, as we're the only members of the group who like to occasionally rave and party. Okay. Connor had previously dated another girl in our class who I'm close with, and I never sensed any interest from him towards me other than a friendship.
That's where you made your first mistake.
No, but wants to be your friend, bitch.
Yeah, Connor just wants to rave with another adult woman.
Yeah, sure.
Stop.
I was still with my long-term ex when our class started and had told Connor many of the details regarding the toxic relationship and subsequent breakup. Anyway, about 6 months ago, Connor and I went out to a rave. Let's heal that breakup, girl, with a rave.
Yeah.
But it's just friends. Along with my friend who was visiting from out of town. Connor and my friend were outside hitting it off and taking a smoke break. And during that time, I started to chat with a guy on the dance floor who is now my new boyfriend. My boyfriend and I hit it off immediately. We went on we met at a rave. Cute. We went on our first date about a week after the rave, and we're in a committed relationship after a month of casual dating. He's the kindest, most supportive man I've ever been with, and things are going spectacular on that front. We may have met at a rave, but we're both high-functioning people with good jobs and plenty of other interests.
No judgment here about the
Girl,
rave.
God bless you. That's fucking great.
Sounds fun.
Fast forward to present day. Connor has hung out in group settings with my boyfriend and I a bunch of times, and they get along well. Connor and I met one-on-one at a bar recently to plan for a creative project. I've always...
Sex.
Okay, so here's my pitch. You take your vagina out. I stick my dick in it. for a little bit and then we leave.
Yum.
I've always known Connor had some substance abuse problems, but this night he took it to the extreme. In the next 3 hours, you shouldn't rave with him anymore. In the next 3 hours we were together, he drank 1 beer and 7 whiskeys. 3 hours? That's nothing.
I know. I was like, that's not that crazy. What does that say about our friend
to
group?
New York. I know, like that. I mean, for me, that would be a lot, but like I know people that do that shit daily. And I'm like,
I was like, well, the beer was a water, and
and the whiskeys were Diet Coke.
yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so in 3 hours we were together. He drank 1 beer and 7 whiskeys, and was still going strong when I finally left. Also, sometimes whiskey, like I'll have 2 whiskeys in a row. Sometimes that's pretty rare nowadays. But like, and I don't feel a goddamn thing. And I'm like, what? Am I like a beast of a man?
It also depends how big is some adult men. How big is he?
Yeah, you go to Ireland and you'll be like, oh, everybody has everyone's just they're really good at drinking. So maybe you're not. I don't know. Who knows? Connor got really aggressive and combative towards me and the female bartender as he continued to drink. Okay, yeah, fuck that shit. If you act like that, you gotta cut yourself off. At one point, he kept bringing up to me was how he was offended that I'd sent him a text announcing my new relationship after my boyfriend and I made it official. He found my text to be an overshare. Okay, Connor. And inconsiderate, given he himself is single and unhappy about it. Okay, does he hear himself? He's a fucking loser. Like, he's acting like a loser. Like, he needs to stop. I would never have thought something like this could be offensive. In my view, I was sharing, but he's an injured man. So, of course not. Of course you didn't think that. Yeah. In my view, I was sharing exciting news with a friend who had previously met my boyfriend, knowing that we had shared experiences and we would be hanging out in the same circles going forward. Yeah, you were excited. This is fine. You're absolutely right. Connor also dropped points that I was pretty and cool and intelligent, which is why he wanted to pursue this creative project with me. Okay, what? Okay.
So it is sex.
He wants to fuck you. Because no one does I don't do creative projects with people because they're pretty. That no one does that. A guy who wants to fuck you.
I do.
Yeah, she does.
If you were ugly, quite frankly, Krystyna, I would never have asked you to work together.
Oh my God, so you think I'm so pretty? That's amazing.
I was like, yeah, you had to be pretty enough to sell. Yeah.
Corinne from Air. He additionally hinted that he found my boyfriend's career to be unsavory. And he's just jealous that he's being a little bitch.
What is he?
The bartender and I were trying. I have no idea. The bartender and I were trying to get Connor to stop drinking. Well, you don't try, you do. You cut him off. But not you, the writer, the bartender. That's why they say he got cut off. We're trying to get Connor to stop drinking and go home. He got super angry with us for assuming he was too... I hate when the drunken person does this. Oh, you just think I'm fucked up, do you? I fucking hate that shit. He got angry with us for assuming he was too incompetent to take the subway and should call an Uber, telling us to fuck off and the like. He also started yelling at random people in the bar and getting heated when they ignored him.
Whoa.
Connor needs therapy. I decided to leave before the situation got any worse. Good. As I was on my way home, I got a ton of texts from Connor saying things like, fuck you, motherfucker.
That's a weird text to send a woman.
Fuck you, motherfucker. That's so funny. And bragging about the college he went to. He's in his 40s.
Oh God, he must be in politics.
Connor's in his 40s?
He must be in he must be in politics because that was I was just telling my mom about how I've never had so many adult people tell me what college they went to.
Oh, really? That must be a political thing.
And I'm not going to name drop the colleges, but they said, comics don't go to college.
Well, except Harrison went to Harvard. He talks about that, but I'm like, also if I went to Harvard, I would remind you all the time.
Well, that's the thing. These people in politics were talking about what colleges they went to, and they're not even Ivy League. They were just they're kind of expensive, like the Armani exchange of colleges.
Oh, gross.
Kind of expensive, funny. But no one respects it.
That's sad, man.
What is it, Arizona State?
That's sad.
Not that bad.
University of Phoenix Online, you guys. Fuck off. You get the gist. I was very upset over how the evening went and told my boyfriend everything. He was incredibly compassionate and understanding. I also texted a close friend from my acting crew, let's call her Nicole, to ask for advice on this situation. Yeah, you don't need advice. Connor Connor doesn't like a part of himself, and it's spilling out into a friendship that was never actually a friendship because he wanted to fuck you the whole time.
Yeah, you need to run for the hills.
Yeah,
Connor.
I would like to. I didn't note this earlier, but if there's a guy and he kind of likes you. Yeah, even or has the inkling, and then you tell him about a breakup, he's gonna take that every time as
and you know what?
She loves
an invitation.
Me.
And writer, you're not dumb.
No.
I think part of you knew. Just saying. Connor Connor called me and gave a sincere apology the next day.
Oh, God.
He admitted his substance abuse had been out of hand recently and that he planned to go back to therapy. That's great. Good, Connor. He agreed to only meet at coffee shops going forward to work on our creative project.
You're still going to go ahead and work on a project with this guy?
Yeah, I think he's proven himself to be not a great project partner. I was sympathetic and accepted his apology and said I still intended to go to his birthday party with my boyfriend later that week.
Fun. I'm sure your boyfriend's looking forward to it.
Honestly, he probably would be. Like, let's see what the shit show does next. However, my friend Nicole was less easy on him when I gave her the update and ended up ditching the party along with another girl from our acting class. I felt terrible, like I was responsible for worsening Connor's reputation. I mean,
he was responsible for his own reputation.
All you said was what he did.
Right.
That's not your fault.
Yes.
He already considered too debaucherous. He was considered too debaucherous by many in our crew. Yeah, and that's only going to get worse until he fucking has a rock bottom or he decides to bail before that. But I've always been more lenient given I like to party occasionally myself, just with much more balance. Yeah, you're in control of yourself.
Oh, this is why you got a fuck you motherfucker text.
Fuck you, balance motherfucker. My question for you ladies. Was I right to so easily accept this apology from Connor? He has never wronged me personally before, but in the past, I have been overly forgiving regarding this type of behavior, which is what led me to staying in a toxic romantic relationship with my ex for too long.
Oh, you just answered your own question.
Was my text announcing my new relationship out of bounds? No. He was a friend, and I'm sorry. Even if you knew he wanted to fuck you, and even if he knew he wanted to fuck you, you didn't go into this saying, hey, let's try to date. That wasn't the spoken agreement. The unspoken agreement, rather, was like, hey, let's be friends with work on creative projects. So if he takes that to the next level, that's on fucking him. That's on him.
Yeah, unless there's like something we don't know about this text. Like it was like you went on Canva and like you made a save the date for our relationship. Like, I mean, like,
yeah, I mean, that's just, like, I would stop talking to
Did you just say like me and so are official, or did you like make some kind of a graphic? If you made some kind of a graphic, you're obnoxious, but that's not illegal.
But you were excited, like, you know, it's an exciting moment when you're excited about somebody. So I get it. You want to share. And was it an overshare to spill the details to my friend Nicole, who is now more bitter towards Connor than I am?
No, this is called friendship.
Yeah.
That's what friendship is.
Also, Nicole has her own life journey. Nicole had a completely different set of circumstances and experiences than you did in your life. So Nicole's reaction is going to be different.
And that's also, seemingly, Nicole was looking for an excuse to hate Connor.
Yeah,
she already didn't like him.
She was jerking off to everything he said.
She needed one little more piece to lock the deal.
Yeah, she was like, my intuition isn't enough. I need hard evidence.
Yeah.
And you gave it to her, so good. I often struggle to find the right balance with the information I should and shouldn't share. And I hear you. Something I've discussed extensively in therapy, I assure you. Anyway.
That's interesting, though, because that seems to me like almost like neurodivergent. Like,
oh, yeah?
It should be pretty clear to you what information you should share and what shouldn't you.
I think if you're used to somebody kind of being a twat about it in terms of like if you had people in your life that are like, I can't believe you said that to them. And basically what they're saying is, I can't believe you told them what I did. Like then, and if you don't understand what's happening when that comes down on you, maybe that causes you to be a little more alert.
Maybe. I mean, but yeah, I'm like, it's like, it's not, if someone didn't tell you it in secrecy or in privacy, like if they didn't ask you to hold it, and if it wasn't something like embarrassing or vulnerable, this is literally just a circumstance that occurred that you were actively a part of.
Connor might find it embarrassing, but that's his problem.
Yeah, it's not like Connor...
He should find it embarrassing.
Yeah, Connor didn't tell you something in confidence. Yeah. Connor acted in a way, and then you told Nicole the events that occurred that, again, you were actively a part of.
Also, so you were confused by what transpired. So like you were also like, hey, I just want to talk to somebody else who knows him about this because, you know, I just want to make sure I'm seeing everything clearly here.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like you're being a little too lenient with Connor just because his reaction when you were with him, like drunk for the first time, like, because it seemed, I'm guessing if you're going to raves and stuff, you're probably using like psychedelics and stuff, which is going to be people reacting differently. And listen, I have a theory that alcohol brings out the worst in everyone. I just like I'm not a big fan of the way it makes people act in general. That being I just feel like this was like a really telling circumstance.
Don't work with this motherfucker.
And then I don't
That's
really,
not gonna be easy.
Yeah, I don't really like. It's obvious he has feelings for you, and I don't think that you have to stop being friends. But I don't think you should embark on a creative project together.
No.
I don't think that's gonna be healthy for you.
Doing a creative project with somebody can be such a sacred process. Like, don't ruin it with his shit ass attitude.
And to me, I think like now what he revealed is that he's still gonna always like kind of be around hoping and waiting for failure in your relationship.
No, that's not
and you don't want
that's
that
not good
energy on you.
That's not good energy.
Like, how incredible is this project that you must work on it with him? Yeah, that makes
You
me
don't
nervous.
have to.
Again, I don't think this was grounds for like immediate dismissal, but it's a weird way to start spending a lot of time and probably money together.
I would say to him, hey, dude, I only work, I want to do creative projects with you, but like, you need to get your shit together first. He can't deny that. Because he told you he had a substance abuse problem.
And like if they're actors, like her being pretty might be important because maybe it's like on camera something. But again, it's like what if
be pretty with somebody else?
I'm guessing like, Connor wrote a play where he falls in love with her character. Like I don't trust this guy.
Where we fuck.
Yeah, honestly.
And that's it.
Can you give me a little more information on this creative project?
Honestly,
I would really love that.
Please write us back.
Beauty.
What?
It's called Raving Beauty.
Raving Beauty. Yeah. I just like
Untouchable Beauty.
Yeah.
And the Drunken Beast.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh man. Yeah, it's just a recipe for disaster. But you know what isn't? My Patreon.
That was good. That was smooth. Guys, I don't know if you know this, we're the leaders in podcasting.
That was a swish right there.
We're really good.
Fuck it. That matters what we talk. And yeah, sign up for my patreon.com/Krystyna Hutchinson, where once a week I do group therapy over Zoom. And one of those weeks every month is a woo-woo theme Zoom where we do group meditation. And I was just saying this in the bonus episode we recorded. We did a mediumship exercise this last month, and it fucking worked. It was very exciting. So you can come. It's $5 a month. That's nothing. In this economy, it's half a coffee. Sign up, come talk to me once a week, and we'll do weird ghost shit once a month. Patreon.com/Krystyna Hutchinson.
Amazing work. And then you can catch me every Wednesday live streaming on YouTube Without a Country. It's my political podcast. I get even like much more in depth about the mayoral race there. We have interesting guests on, like cult experts and animal rights activists. But mostly it's just, going through the top news stories of the week and finding the truth between the right and the left. And it's really fun. I love doing that show. It's great to catch you up on everything that's happening in America. And then we, do international as well. So 9 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday on YouTube. And then you can also sign up for my Patreon if you want an additional video news story every single week. That's patreon.com/Without a Country. I do recommend that Patreon. Like there was a lot of international people who were like, how can I support the mayoral campaign when I can't make a donation? And you're like, you could do that because I'm still, I'm obviously like not doing comedy and stuff. So it's still a financial burden to myself.
Yeah.
So that's a great way to support me and the show. And honestly, like it's just an extension of the kind of work that I do. Like running for mayor is honestly just like a huge extension of the kind of work that I'm trying to do. Being transparent about what's happening in our government. That's one of the explorations that we do on Without a Country. So we're in this process right now where we don't know if you're going to be on the ballot because they're basically trying to make sure that you're not on the ballot. Correct.
Which is, I naively am shocked over that. And
it's so funny. Christina was like, how can they do this to you? And I go, Christina, this is literally the moment I've been waiting for. This was all leading up to this. I knew this. I didn't know exactly how it was going to happen. I knew there was going to be a ballot access problem. I actually thought it was going to come from another candidate. The thing is, this could be coming from another candidate.
Right.
We just don't know.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know, because obviously it would be better for the candidate if like they tipped someone off in the Board of Elections and then, but then they didn't, there's no actual face to the injustice.
Right, exactly. So we can't call them out.
That's much smarter.
Much smarter. But so and then if you don't make the ballot after this second appeal that you're going through, like
first appeal, yeah. But yeah,
first appeal,
to the initial case, yeah.
Yeah, correct. Right. he's just gonna go on stage?
I don't know.
That's kind of what a switch of like schedules.
I mean,
that's gotta be a
that's what I did the other time around.
That's
I just
true.
stopped going on stage and started going to mayoral forums.
Yeah.
Which arguably more performative.
Yeah, I get that. Because you have to put on like, you have to talk a certain way and you have to.
I think it's like less about the schedule. It's more about like I don't want to say I'm a different person now, but like it's like I did get to the next level of this video game that I've been, trying to get to the next level of for some time. And so like my worldview is different now.
Yeah.
Having been through this many months of this. So I can't like,
how so?
To answer your question, I can't just go back. I mean, you can't unsee the things I saw.
Yeah.
And so, it's like I had a thesis that politics was corrupt. Now I know it to be true. And now you're like, okay, well, kind of the foundation of everything that I've pursued in my life is, truth and trying to make people understand or want to have more control over their environment and to want to go out in the world and change things. And so if I go out into the world and try to change something, and the world actually says, no, you're not allowed to, I mean, that's going to like that reframes. I'm going to have to sit and think about what does my life look like from here? You know, you don't want to live this like
you have this piece of knowledge,
false quest for empowerment when you're running into a fucking wall.
Right. The systems suck.
So what do you do? And I mean, I think it's about continuing to shine a light. I hate that phrase.
In your journey.
On my journey, it's continuing to shine a light.
Just like love yourself through a whole journey.
But yeah, no, it's like, I'm sure there's other people who have been through this. I want to find them. I want to talk to them. I want to compile more information. I want to see what legal steps I can take to make sure this doesn't happen to people in the future. I mean, I think there's a lot. I mean, I got to take a little nap first.
Yeah, take a nap. Go on a little vacay.
I don't have money for it because I spent
you can go to my beach house now. I got access to it.
Money.
We're going to my beach house, Corinne.
We're gonna need to stage that, but yeah.
Oh, I know.
We need an
I'm going to the first time on Friday, and I'm like, I'm gonna come in with like a beekeeper suit.
Yeah. I'm gonna send someone in there. Well, I did have a plan to sage Gracie Mansion before entering it too. I told one of our spiritual advisors, I was like, girl, you're gonna have to fly in from LA and sage Gracie Mansion because I'm not stepping foot in there.
Hell no. But I bet they have marble columns.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh my God.
There was a woman, I stumbled across this Instagram video. Her name is Vera Papisova. She's a journalist, and she, for Cosmo magazine, dated MAGA guys for a whole year.
I know who you're talking about. Yes, I know who you're talking about. Yes.
And she portrayed herself on these apps, and she wasn't completely full of shit. Like, she wasn't like lying as like MAGA curious, or like basically saying like a lot of people, like a lot of Democrats have like gone, fuck this party. This party is weak and it sucks and you're feeble-minded. So she's like, she kind of maybe leaned into that a little bit more for the plot. But she kind of came back and reported exactly what I would have assumed. But for some reason, hearing it from somebody who actually went on dates with these men, I'm like, like they all get their news from one place. And they hate themselves, and that is heartbreaking. Like, that sucks, man. That fucking I know not everybody that voted for Trump hates themselves. I mean, I don't think that everybody at that rally hated themselves. I really don't. I think a lot of them love themselves, but yeah, maybe instead of hating themselves, they just put a savior complex onto somebody else instead of themselves. Maybe like that's like a version of them hating themselves. Who knows?
Yeah, because my comment to that is like, I don't think that's MAGA specific. I think many men hate themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, many people, yes. I think many people hate themselves, and certainly many men hate themselves.
Yeah.
So
that's just sad.
Yeah,
it's just sad. You gotta like yourself.
Because I was like, there's a ton of people on the left who hate themselves. That's certainly not a right specific thing.
Yeah, and it's not a gender specific thing. It's not a affiliation specific thing.
For sure.
But I'm like, when she was describing it, I'm like, oh, I hope they feel better.
Right.
I hope they find a way in themselves to feel better.
I hope they feel better too, but I just hope it's not a woman who is burdened with making them feel better.
No, they got to do it because that's not them feeling better. That's them putting a Band-Aid over it.
Yeah.
When a person comes into your life to make you feel better, that's just them being a Band-Aid.
Eric, as a man, how do you make yourself feel better?
How do I make myself feel better?
What do you do?
If you say jerking off, I'm going to be very upset.
I don't know if that doesn't make you feel better.
It doesn't? That's fucked up.
No, it just gets rid of the tension in your head. Yeah, the demon in your head.
That sounds like feel better to me.
I don't know. It's not feel better. It's get back to baseline. That's really what that is more. So I don't know.
I explain it like that a lot.
That's how I mean,
really
I masturbate every day, sometimes multiple times a day, and I get it.
But yeah, it's like you ever play the old Sonic games when you go you go under the water and there's the bubbles and you have like five bubbles and they slowly go away.
Back. Yeah,
that's what it's like waiting to jerk off.
Sweet
is like the.
You should write a short film waiting to jerk off.
Well, it's not like I'm sitting in a waiting room waiting.
You could be in this movie.
But I'm saying like that's like the tension building up in your head.
So what do you do to feel better?
I would say the best thing is go to the Russian baths. If I feel really
this is very New York City specific.
I don't jerk off. No, I was doing that in Chicago.
So all the men who hate themselves have to travel to New York City and go to the Russian bath.
No, I was doing that in Chicago. Go to do the cold to the hot to the cold to the hot to the cold to the hot.
Do the Wim Hof shit.
Yeah, do that.
Yo, that shit is crazy. My brother started doing that shit. And he's like, honestly, I can handle anything. And like, I'm watching him handle my parents, and I'm like, I'm gonna do cold showers now.
It just regulates your
nervous system.
Yeah, your nervous system so
really
well
does.
that it's like if I do that and I just like take the night off.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to feel bad the next day.
That's true. That's a great tip.
Do the things where it's hard for you to feel bad.
It's a runaround way to think about it, but I totally get it.
Where it's hard for you to feel like eating cotton candy.
Like you're setting yourself up for success.
Yeah.
Like,
if you
you're not going to regret, like no one regrets the drinks they didn't have or something like that.
Yeah. I guess it's like a self-care day, but it's like set yourself up to feel good.
It's self-care, but manly.
Yeah. Give yourself a day
to Russian bath
to take care of yourself. And then if you still feel bad after that, then
you gotta go therapy.
Yeah, then you gotta do that.
Then it's pretty serious.
Beautiful.
Yeah, then it's pretty serious.
Do you know it's pretty serious? Yes! Corinne, how'd you know?
Just an inkling.
She wrote a lot of books, but one is about a topic that I'm so excited to dedicate an entire episode to, about female friendships. Her latest book, Estranged, How Strained Female Friendships Are Mended or Ended, is now available for you to purchase. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Susan Shapiro Barash.